Alright, hello! Welcome in, Stargazers, welcome in. How is everybody doing today? Hello, Delphin, hello, Vessa, how are you both? I hope everything is going well. Let me just make sure that everything is all set up here. I had to change some things around, bring back all my crystals, and take down all the whiteboards. But how is everybody doing? I hope you are doing well today. If you got a chance to see the guest stream yesterday, I hope you liked it. I hope that it was educational for you. But yeah, we're just we're gonna have a little bit more of a chill day, less like less of a lesson plan day, more just relaxing and doing some fun work. I thought today it would be nice to just do some, like, painting or sketching, and I really have been wanting to paint Jirachi for a while, and since, a day or two ago, it was, the Tanabata Festival in Japan, which is known as the Wish Festival, I thought it would be very fitting to paint Jirachi, and Jirachi's also one of my favorite Pokemon because, you know, Wish Granter Fox, Wishmaker, Star Pokemon, it all fits very well, right? So I really love Jirachi, and I've never made fan art of Jirachi, so I wanted to do that today. I did well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you think so. I was super nervous in the beginning, and I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but when I have to do something in front of an audience and I'm not being casual and I had to like prepare something or not prepare something in some cases and just sort of like run up and go on and, you know, like curtain call shows on you, let's go. I get into something that I can only describe as like stage mode. I don't really know how I would describe it, but basically, like, whenever I have to do that performance type thing, I will go through the whole thing, however many people are there, do whatever demo or lesson or whatever. Like, I don't have it with you guys because I feel like I'm a lot more casual here. This is, like, more of a closer-knit community. But when I have to be more on, I get into this thing that I'm calling stage mode. And basically, after whatever the event is that I did that thing in, I completely forget it. I have, like, total amnesia. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. It's, like, some sort of, like, minor possession type feeling, and I just don't know how anything went. And this has happened multiple times. I've had multiple times where I've had to, perform on stage, give a lesson, talk about something out of the blue, and I just kind of get in this, like, weird, state where afterwards it's just total amnesia. So yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I hope it went well. I hope you guys learned something. What software do you use on thumbnails again? I use Affinity Designer for all of my thumbnails. It is basically an equivalent to Adobe Illustrator. It obviously can't do everything Adobe Illustrator can do, but it can do a lot more than Canva. So, if you ever want to move on from, like, a free version of Canva to make your thumbnails, and you want to move on to something paid but not going to break your wallet every month, Affinity Designer is my personal tool of choice. Same thing goes for walking through doors. I've heard about that. I've heard that there's like a scientific phenomenon related to going through a doorway. I have heard of that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so that's the equivalent. Like, the stage is my doorway, and after it's done, I don't know what happened. I don't know how musicians go on tour every day. I don't get how they do it. I have, like, so much more of a respect for them now. Like, now that I am just streaming in general, I have so much more of a respect for stage performers. and people who go on tours. Like, can you imagine, like, having to go from, like, state to state or country to country every single day and, like, probably really late at night? I don't know how they do it. I use some little browser thingy. That's fair, yeah. Sounds amazing. There's definitely a lifestyle to it, I'm sure. But yeah, I think, alright, we are going to jump to our main scene here. I want to try to give this some time if I can. Go over here. And I have kind of this idea in my head, very loosely. I can see, like, the color scheme anyway. But I kind of want to do, like, this cute... I want to add this to our little gallery up above my head there. I want to have some sort of... Jirachi Rainbow Star Festival happy vibe. So I'm just gonna start trying to sketch something out that I think could be cute. I'm trying to think of like a pose. And I think I want it holding a bamboo branch with the Tanzaku paper on them. So let's see, maybe I want it to be colorful. Kind of like maybe... Alright. What if I had sort of this movement here? This is going to be really loose in the beginning as I sort of just try to figure out what we're doing. And we'll have the little hands. Maybe holding the bamboo branch. And then I guess I'll give it a little bit more of a twist so there's some more movement here. It's kind of hard to give Jirachi a twist because he's so tiny, you know? Hello, I delayed my nap to say hello at the beginning and not the end. I appreciate that very much, Thorn. Hello, hello, and welcome in. How's everything going? Also, hello, Roan. How's everything going with Perspective World? I saw the 3-point perspective you were working on. It is absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing work. I feel like when I look at your perspective homework, it makes me realize how much I've, like, forgotten the rules of perspective and need to go back to it. I'm definitely gonna have to join you on that little journey again, I think. Alright, let's see if we can get like a... I want to try to... I'm trying to get a little bit of movement in this tiny little body. And it's not the easiest thing. But the really nice thing about Jirachi's design is these little streamers or tassels on the end of it are like really, really good for adding more movement. So if we do something like this, we're automatically able to create this stronger S shape, which is very good for composition and all that kind of stuff. I want to see where I want to move it to. Kind of want them like floating in space a little bit, maybe. And I'm trying to figure out like where we're positioning. Say maybe something like that is good. I don't want it to be straight in the middle, right? We were talking about rules of thirds yesterday, so like about here or so, maybe a little bit taller. Jirachi's really small. It doesn't really fit as easily with like a human in photography. Gonna be gonna be. I can't read today. Half AFK, blah, blah, blah. Okay, alright, sorry. No worries, I hope everything is going alright. An Escher cube from a different perspective. Dolphin, I can barely think of what an Escher cube is from a basic perspective. No more perspective, my life is lines. I'm really pleased with my 3-point piece, but my eyes were crossed the whole time, I swear. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, I think I need to add, like, Jirachi's little headpiece before I can sort of understand, how I want to maneuver this. So we've got the little earpieces here, and then the little star. So I don't want it super close to the edge here. But something like this, maybe. And again, we're just sort of playing with pose here, seeing what works best. It's kind of dancing as I'm flipping these back and forth. Yeah, that probably works better. Also, let me know if the music volume is good or bad or indifferent. I was having some trouble figuring it out yesterday, so just let me know. Alright. That's probably better. Yeah, I like that a little bit more, and then I'm just gonna move these tassels a bit so that they have a little bit more movement instead of being straight across. There we go. And then the bamboo branch can sort of come around like so. Trying to make sure it's not totally in the way. My sketches are so rough. Just trying to figure out where we're going with this. Improbable geometry. It's what used to make class with AutoCAD to annoy the teacher. Music is quieter than normal? Okay, because... I mean, do you like that better, or do you want it a little bit louder? Because, it was too loud yesterday, so I had to change it, and now I don't know how it matches. But if it's good, just let me know, or if you... I don't know, just... Just let me know what you think, because it's very hard for me to tell. I'm also using a different music player that I'm not used to, so I don't know how much it's affecting things. The quieter music allows me to play punk rock. Okay, then. Alright, we've got some of these tassels here. And then we've... Okay. I have to make sure that Jirachi's head tassels don't get in the way of the actual Tenzaku, so let's see. There's kind of a crossover here. I can't really avoid it. I'm wondering if I should maybe make this branch a little bit lower. I feel like there's a lot going on in this area, and I can probably lower it, make it a little less distracting. Minorly, anyway. Just so that there's not so much crossover. There could still be a little bit of crossover, but... Maybe Jirachi's just a little too big for this. I think it was loud yesterday because Senpai's viewers aren't as used to having music going through the whole stream. Stargazers are more accustomed to it. Oh, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I try to look back at my old streams and see if it's too loud. You know, the funny thing is, Senpai actually does have music on all the streams, but I think most people don't even know because it's so quiet that I don't think it's audible most of the time. Because I know there's times where he's said, like, he'll turn the music off, and I'm like, there was music playing? Alright, maybe the hand should be out a little bit more. Maybe that works a little bit better. Usually super calm music, meanwhile over here we have Fox Irish Fiddle and RPG battle themes. True, true. Didn't think it was loud either? Okay, alright. Would be a nice feature of music and stream audio could be on different audio channels on the receiving end, so people could adjust it to their own taste. Yeah, that would be interesting. Also, hello, Talon. Welcome in, welcome in. You like the music a little louder? Okay, so music is very quiet. I'll have it up a tiny bit here. No, I'm gonna make it a little lower because there's a really quiet song, so I don't want it to explode if we end up with some fox fiddle thing. I don't know. My music tastes vary from like wanting really fun, adventurous, exciting music to just wanting like calm vibes music because, you know, art streams are kind of, you don't have like the game music to really make anything or not the game music because most people can't play the game music anyway. You don't have the excitement of games a lot of the time. So I try to use music to kind of mimic a more excitable feeling. Did chat finally fix itself? Was there something weird going on the YouTube side? Alright, hopefully this is okay. It's still really hard to be holding the branch and also the Jirachi tassels, but we'll try to make this work. Tricky composition where I can barely tell what I'm drawing. It was perfect before you turned it down last night? Ah, this is why things are so confusing. This is why it's like really hard to judge what to do, especially like right in the moment, you know? YouTube had a small breakdown, but it's fine. Alright. Okay, I think we're starting to get a better idea of the composition now. And we've got Jirachi here. We need to place where its eyes are gonna go. See, I like slightly more exciting music just because, like, calm, mellow music is is good when you're just doing like your basic quiet art stream and not really engaging too much. I don't know. I know that most art streamers are just like doing their work and not really engaging much. So I just want to have more of a bouncy atmosphere, I suppose. And I think stuff like this helps it be a little bouncier. Hello, hello, Grendel. Welcome in, welcome in. Jirachi's got an actual stick full of wishes or something. Yeah, it's a, the wish paper is called tanzaku, and they, tie them to bamboo branches. Usually I'd love to be called, Talon, even though the front of my name is Noct. Noct. Talon, I know in some cultures, especially in Japan, they address last name first, and then the person's name second. Perhaps that could be how Blue Spooky Burb addresses each other as part of the world building. Interesting, okay. So, wait. Do you want to be called Talon or Talon? Because now, wait. Why is that making, oh, what's the bird's name in Tears of the Kingdom? Oh, now that's gonna bother me. What is the name of the bird? It's not Talon, it's, it's like my favorite character and I can't remember him. Now, the kid's name, it's gonna bother me now. No, not Rivali. Tulin! Tulin! That was, like, bothering me so much. Yeah, if I'm talking to the spooky burb who is called Talon and they want to be called Talon, and now I'm thinking of Tulin, and now there's too many birds. Talon, what do you want to be called? And I will try to honor that wish. The irony here. I can't even see what I'm doing, so we're just gonna have to pretend that this will make sense once we refine things. It's still a lot easier than trying to draw a VTuber girl in one stream, I'll tell you that, though. That's why I thought Jirachi would be fitting. And I'm trying to make sure I have the silhouette right. Because it can look really awkward if it's not right. So I'm just trying to sort of focus on those simple shapes. Make sure they look okay. Talon? Okay, sounds good. The whimsical Nintendo music goes well with the branding as a wholesome anime art streamer. I like Talon more. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Then we shall go with that. Ravioli. Okay. I'm trying to make sure that I have the turning of the face showing here. Getting the right angles. And pushing up the face a little bit. There we go. And then we've got the big happy eyes. And, all right, the hand is a little too high. We'll move that a little bit lower. I have said this in previous streams, but I do think that there's sometimes cases where the less complex characters are sometimes harder to draw because there's not nearly as much room for error. You have to get it, you have to get the shapes really accurate or they just look really awkward. Like, I'm trying to not make him look very alien right now, you know? I kind of want him looking over to the side here. And let me just color that in so it looks less strange. And I'll move this a little bit higher here. And tilt it a little more. And I'm just flipping them back and forth because, again, the shape language is so minor, so easy to change. So we need to make sure that it looks okay, like, very early on. And I think I need to squish this a little bit here. There we go. That definitely helps. You look so happy. Yeah. If you can't get quantity, you gotta have quality. True. True, true. Do something like this. And it's still not quite there to me yet, so I'm just trying to think what might look a little bit off. I'll make the hands a little bit higher. Just so there's kind of a separation here, kind of this dip. And then how do the arms attach? They kind of just like this, right? I think that Alright, I need to warp and skew the body a little bit. It's feeling a little too long, and it's actually really, really short. Yeah. It gives it a little bit more of like a chibi. And then I want a bit more of a silhouette break here with the arm, if I can. So there's that little difference. And then again with the branch. think that works. Expression's looking good so far. I'm glad to hear that. I want to keep pushing it if I can. I want to... Let's see. Just a little bit more. I want the headpiece here to go a little bit forward so that it matches, right? If we're thinking about the actual form. We want it to be a little bit... Do you see that? This is getting a little flat looking. So if we push it forward, it gains more of that three-dimensional form. So I'm just using the liquify to push that more if I can. And just these minor changes are overall actually making really big differences. You just can't see them when I'm doing them individually, but they are actually making overall very large differences. It's actually really helpful for me. Yeah, it's like, it's tiny details, you know? Is this because I told everyone to behave yesterday? Alright. Action! Bring ha! Ow! Ow! What? I keep messing up my helmet when I draw myself. Yeah, you have to, you have to think about the 3D forms when you're drawing. And if you have something that's, like, too far back here, it can just end up looking, like, flat like paper. So I'm trying to think about this curvature here, right? If I'm thinking about Jirachi as, like, a 3D image, or a 3D creature, I'm thinking about, like, this being very bulbous in nature, right? I'm thinking sort of through the shapes. I'm thinking about these as conical spheres. And making sure that I am drawing things in a way that have a weight to them, in a way. And then it's tricky, because then once you get rid of, like, all the scratchy marks, it kind of loses that, so you have to maybe add in a little bit of hatching, and just before you can start painting, just so that you remember where those marks were. And I don't want to make it too pointy, because it's actually not that pointy. This is what I'm saying. Like, the reason that I keep refining this is because it can be very tricky to get a feeling for really simple characters that feel right. It's really easy to get, it's really easy to make them look awkward. Is probably the best way to say it. Alright, I like the squished face. I think it has maybe a little bit too much of the star. Just a little bit. There we go. That's like a little more in proportion. Be a burb. I'm already part burb in a way, kinda. Did I check for tangents? I'm always checking for tangents. I'm like live checking my tangents as I go here, right? Also, thank you for the save, Dolphin. I appreciate it. There you go. Battle Song with a Pidgey. Now you've got Warrior Pidgey. It's flying fighting type. Alright. I feel like Jirachi's little tassels are maybe lower? Are they on his back, or are they... Yeah, I guess they're lower. Give me 1 sec here. I need to quickly look up, like, a Jirachi sprite so I can see what the back looks like. Jirachi sprite's back. Oh, okay. They're actually placed, like, where your wings would go. So they're about here. That's interesting. They're like tassel wings. I really like that. I like Jirachi more now. Also, we can't forget his creepy eye. But yeah, they're where your wings would be. Or I guess some people could see it more like a cape. I don't know. I like tassel wings. I like the idea of that better. And then how is the actual... Where are the actual tassels supposed to go? They really simplified in the official art, so I'm trying to figure out like how we can push that in the fan art. But we'll definitely push it on the ends here. I want to make these a little less even, there's some variety. There we go. I think that's looking good. We'll push that a little bit higher. Yeah. Bob Ross stream, but I'm just describing Pokemon. It's like a fantasy nature documentary. Now we just draw a happy little Pidgey here. Happy little Sudowoodo. I recently got my Gaia account back. Apparently my inventory is worth 41 million in Gaia currency. Can I use that to buy art, do you think? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. That's amazing, Rowan. I love that. We don't make mistakes, only happy little Bidoofs. Oh no. Oh. Poor Bidoof. You've heard of Joey's Rattata, now get ready for Bruce Lee's Pidgey. You guys are insane. I love Bidoofs, to be honest. Have you seen the animation with Bidoof? It's great. I wish I knew how I had this other tassel, but it got so lost in all the other pieces. I'm gonna have to remake it a little. I lost what it was supposed to be. There were tassels here at one point, I swear. We had something here, I think. Yeah, alright. We're getting it back. I just have to figure out where the... where the definition of it should go. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Hopefully I'm not flipping the canvas too much for you guys. Hopefully it's not, like, too dizzy or anything. That's always my concern when I'm, like, filming stuff, is that it's gonna be at, you know, like 10 times the speed and it's just gonna be flipping around too much. I have not found a solution to that other than stopping myself from flipping the canvas, but it's good to flip your canvas, so I don't want to do that. I did stop doing as much zoom in and zoom out, though. Or no, I stopped doing so much rotation. Kaya money's so inflated right now, they went to plat instead of gold, but you can switch them. No Gaia money for star commissions, only Roblox. But I don't even play that game. Gaia I would actually potentially have used in the past. Okay, I think I have told you guys this before, but fun facts, my first digital art commission was actually for Gaia Gold. For those of you who might not have known that. I don't recommend doing it. But I was so happy to, like, earn some form of currency with artwork. I did it once with Gaia Gold and once with DeviantArt points. Both are worth absolutely nothing. I still haven't been working on a YouTube banner, but I'll continue working on it. Kind of in second thoughts on the way it looks, but I'm gonna head out. Alright, no worries, Talon. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good day, and good luck with the banner work. RuneScape. Is there another game we can pay you in cash shop currency for? Oh. V-Bucks? What is that? What would that even be for? Neo points? I want to make these tassels a little bit larger. Maybe. Ah! See, stuff like that. I don't want that to show up in the recordings. And alas, it will. Oh well. I know it seems like it's taking me a while just to try to get the idea down, but the more I refine it now, the less I have to do later. In trying to, like, get the right form down. Yeah, that's good. And I am also just trying to keep pushing things, you know, trying to push the shape language of it. This is too wide, I think. I think this needs to be refined down a little bit more. That should be good. Alright, I like that. And then I want to tell myself that the background is going to be... I want it to be like shooting star galaxy type, but I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, right? I guess something where it's like, let me try to make a... V-Bucks is Fortnite. Then I definitely don't need it. He's not really posed in any way that would do, like, anything dynamic, but... we could probably just have something with, like, the Milky Way going through here. I don't want it to look flat, so I'm trying to figure out, like... we did something with stars coming from down here, maybe? Not really good at figuring out, abstract backgrounds sometimes. What if we... this a little bit lower? Alright, I definitely like that a little bit more. There's a little more movement. It's subtle, but there is more movement. Jirachi become Fumo. Would that be your wish? Be an interesting wish. And I want the branches to be a little bit larger so that they come past, at the very tip anyway. So that they go past the tassels. Creates a little bit more of an intrigue, and because of that, we're gonna make this a tiny bit smaller. Just to have some more space with things. And I think that's pretty good for our sketch at this point. I think we're basically figured out with the sketch. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to, and I know this is still really, really hard to identify, but I'm just gonna base out the color at the moment and try to get an idea of where I want this to go. Alright, so we'll just start off basing everything in like a bright yellow that I can clearly see. Just so that everything is very obvious. I thought you only do one stream. Happy little Doofenshmirtz, what? Dolphin, you are known for combining the strangest things. I still think that you should, make that into shorts, like your what ifs. Like, Marvel What If, I think was a really interesting concept, and I really feel like that would fit well in content. I still think that's something you should consider doing. Personally. You don't have to. I'm just saying it's there, and I'm saying that it's probably pretty intriguing to people. Like, who are fans of the franchises and such. This is to make up for Tuesday, and you said you'd make it up to me? Fine. Fair, fair. Ashoo! Bling! Ha! Ow! Ow! Can I redeem a Pokemon sketch, or would you rather not? Like a 5-10 minute thing? Yeah, that's fine. Let me just... Let me just get a base here. I'm still thinking I kind of want this other foot to be seen. What do we think about having the other foot? I don't know how I like it. Again, I'm trying to think of the composition of it. If you undo and redo the foot quick enough, he looks like he has kicky feet from being pet just right. Insert soccer ball. Don't get me started. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on that. If I knew, like, how to make him facing the right direction, you know, if I was, like... Okay, if it was... A Pichu from memory? I think I actually could do that. I think I could do that one. Oh gosh, I'm gonna embarrass myself on that. Yeah, hang on one sec. I just, I want to try to get these legs right real quick, and then I will do that. Hang on, let me try playing around with this a little bit. Alright, so one would be like the legs down, and the other would be this more kicking I guess this is better. I feel like I'm just being thrown off by this empty space. But hopefully, once we have the background and everything, it'll be okay. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Asking for Jirachi would be hilarious, but Pichu. Alright. Yeah, I think Jirachi I'd be able to do by heart, definitely. Okay. Let me just try to think how I want to pose him, because... I know I can do this, and I want it to be, like, better looking. So, let's go to 500, 500. Did I set up speed music? I did set up speed music. Okay. Give me a sec. Alright, I think I got this. I'm holding a spinach ricotta pastry. Where does this go? The single-serve pastry cabinet. Interesting. Alright, then. Alright, is this good? Yeah, alright. We like that. Make that a little bit darker. Throw up my timer, if I still have it. Yes, okay. Okay. So 5-minute one. Not on the ceiling, I'm sure. Alright. Make sure that's all good, and... there we go, 5 minutes on the clock. Okay. I should know what Pichu looks like, if I've been paying any attention at all recently. So I know he's got, like, the little... he's got little tiny thumbs, right? I'm trying to think of, like, the Pichu Bros from the third movie. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna make him all proud looking. I'm gonna make him, like... try to get him to puff up his chest a little bit here. It's a small chest. If I could just get the brush right, that would be great. And I know he's got much bigger feet than Pikachu. And I believe his tail's all black, and I think it only has 2 pieces here. I want to say his tail's all black. I don't know if it's like mainly black or if it has a little bit of yellow, but I want to say it's all black. I don't think they have any... it's a little too large. Trying to remember now. And I know what the ears look like. The head is way too big though, isn't it? Actually, I can't tell if it's big or not. I'm gonna assume they're actually circular, not like regular blushing here. And the ears... shoot, how did the ears go? I want to say they're black-tipped, but they're like spiky black-tipped. It's a bit more melon-shaped. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm just not drawing it well. And I think the ears are much bigger, too. And let me... that looks way too mascot-y, so let me try to just get, like, a little bit of a... smaller mouth here. Much bigger ears. Oh, where the heck did the time go? Where did my time go? Oh my goodness. Alright, color. I can't remember what the inside looks like. What the inside of the ears looks like. I think they have an inside, but now I can't remember. Maybe they're darker, like an Eevee? Can't remember now. I know Pikachu has, like, brown here, so I'm gonna go with that. Waha! No insides? Ah! Oh, darn it. I feel like everything else was fairly close. Alright, let me just move him to the center here. Because I was gonna try to draw some, like, woodworking thing, but I ran out of time. Alright. How off are we? Oh! I see, yeah. It should have been, like, all yellow. Oh, man. Okay. And I forgot the... Oh, I forgot the black collar! I forgot the black collar. I knew that there was some... I knew it wasn't, like, a patch of fur. But I couldn't remember what it was. Darn it. Kind of far off. I mean, this is from memory, you know? I don't have a single piece of reference, and I haven't exactly looked at a Pichu recently. But hey, I tried, right? He looks oddly naked without the neck fur. He does! I knew there was something off. I couldn't think of what it was, though. Alright, can I get rid of the black background without losing... No, I can't. I need a better picture here to use as reference. Clip Studio, why do you always want black backgrounds on everything? Alright, wait. I'll just do it this way. There, it's that I thought this was a PNG background and it's not a PNG background. Okay, so I got the larger feet. I got that the tail's all black. I could have sworn it had another kink in the tail, but maybe not. I messed up on the ears, and it does look naked without the tiny little... It's so weird, because if I had just colored the ears and gotten the neck fur, then it would have been fine. Alright, like, obviously, I have to delete this after, because otherwise I'm cheating, but I'm just curious, like, how different it looks if all I did was this. If I just did that, I'm deleting it later so Vessa doesn't yell at me. And if I had just done that... Ah! It's so weird how iconic the neck fur pulls up everything together. That's strange. That's like the only... Look, I think that's pretty good considering not too many people remember Pichu. I should have known the neck fur, though. If I had gotten the neck fur, everything else would have been excusable. Alright. I'll save my failure. It's hard to remember. It's hard to remember every Pokemon design, you know? And I also thought I had more time. Oh well. We tried. We attempted. There was an attempt there. Alright, where were we with Jirachi? We need to put on the little tassels and things. If I don't get this done during stream, I'll probably work, to the usual time, and then, I might try and finish the rest off stream. Because I do want to finish this kind of piece, but I don't want to go with a super long stream today, because I'm kind of tired from yesterday, if I'm being honest. But I will still push through as much as I can. I just wanted to sort of do something casual today, and I felt bad about missing Tuesday. So I didn't want to leave you guys empty-handed or anything. But yeah, 2 streams back to back. Alright, let's try to get a very general idea of where I want this galaxy feeling to go. And then I'll try to do like a Milky Way through the middle. I should have some sort of like, if I have like a cloud or... I just realized I still have the speed music on. Thanks, Rayless. Cat Records by Rayless. Check it out if you haven't yet. Alright, I did have like a... I know what I have for stars, but I did have more things for clouds. I just need, like, more of a... Yeah, this is good. I need... No, not like that. Not cross-hatching. I need something softer, like, more brushy. I need I need more textured brushes, but I don't know where all my brushes are. There we go. Alright, I'll work with it. It's fine. No search bar? Nope. Not at all. There we go. Drag wash will be good. So everything else around it should be really, really dark in comparison. And then the Milky Way should be very, very bright. Wash blending. A little bit of drag wash. I haven't painted a galaxy in so long, I don't remember the best way to do it. I'll do a little bit here on the sides, just to add some variation. A little bit of purple shining through. It's always good. Adds a little more color variation. I'll do some airbrush on the edge. Kind of refines that. I want this to be a little darker again. I don't want to lose that darkness. The music reminds me of a bar brawl. Alright, I know I can do more if I vary this. I'll switch the music type after this. And then I'll try to do a little bit of stars in the back, and then I want to keep pushing this. I'm just not sure how yet. I think I'll do a little bit of like a... little bit of like comic feeling from the sides here. I don't want them as chalk though. Alright. Let's go back here. There we go. See if I can get this from a nice angle, maybe? Trying to also remember where my actual edge is here. I'm only working to this space, so. I kind of want this to have, like, kind of those anime speed lines, and then Jirachi's in the middle, and it's sort of like this burst forth feeling, you know? I'm totally playing as I go. I don't really know what my plan is for this. I just want it to look cute and colorful. We'll try combining that a little bit. Actually, let's make a backup, just in case. We'll combine 3 layers of those. Hide the first one here, and then try and see if we can do, like, a motion. See if we can maybe... Oh wait, that's... There we go. Did I somehow put this on the same layer as the stars? I sure did. How did I end up doing that? I didn't draw these on the stars the whole time, did I? Yep, I did. Awesome. Okay, lovely. Alright. We're just gonna try doing a radial blur on this one, and then seeing if we can combine it with the other layer, perhaps? I mean, I guess the stars help add a little bit more oomph, so we'll try to work with it. We'll try to work with it. Let me just straighten these out a little bit. The stars definitely add a little bit extra that we didn't have, so that's interesting. And then, alright, I want to sort of blur this more because now we have to work with 2 layers of this. So we'll try something like that. I'm hoping this will work, because now I'm not sure. Since I just combined those by accident. Hopefully it'll be fine. Let me, fade out the edges here so they're not so sharp on the ends. And if I used a softer brush, that would be better. I'm doing so great today, guys. I'm totally not making any mistakes at all. I think I just undid what I had before. Everything's going great. Yellow and purple? Yeah, exactly. Alright. Try to see if we can mess with this. I don't have the British accent, but sometimes I feel like Rin Penrose. Like, everything's great, guys. I'm totally not messing up. Everything is perfectly fine. Alright. That's what I need to do. I had these blurred before. I lost all the techniques I was doing, and I have to redo them all. There we go. Alright. Something like that should hopefully be good. No mistakes, just be Doofenshmirtz. Oi. Okay, okay. Now we can lock this, make a new layer on top, add in all the detailed parts. It seems to be a lot more green. And then this needs to be white. Oh my gosh, no. Bad. There we go. Oh my gosh, it doesn't look like Jirachi until you add the white body. And I also don't want to forget the little tear marks. So I'm just going to throw those in now because I will forget otherwise, and then I'll be sad and upset with myself. And then let's get some of that shading color in here. Oh, come on. There we go. And that shading's automatically going to bring us some more life to this piece. I still don't know how we're gonna do the bamboo. I'm kind of avoiding it at the moment, because I'm not really sure how we're going to implement it nicely. Pretty background. Thank you, Kaku. I'm glad you like it. I feel like I can do more with galaxy backgrounds. I just haven't done them in a while, so I'm a little bit rusty on them. I know I can push that. I know I want to push the color. I'm definitely gonna tackle that more off stream. Actually, it probably needs to be a little bluer so that it's counteracting with the galaxy color. And then this needs to be pushed down a little bit more. It's a little too high. There we go. Still doesn't quite feel there, and I think it's probably because I still have to, like, render the eyes a lot more. I'm hoping that once I render the eyes, it will come together better. So at the moment, it's not quite doing it for me yet. Like, let me try making... I'm gonna try making a layer on top of the line art, just so I can play around with this a little bit more. I'm trying to not make him look alien. I don't think I'm succeeding that yet. Are the eyes... Okay, the eyes are supposed to be cyan, so I shouldn't add too much yellow there. Because I still have to read cyan. Why does it still feel very alien to me? This needs to be a little bit darker. I need to do like a pupil of some sort. It's not quite doing it for me yet, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the shape? It's probably something to do with the mouth, honestly. Or probably a combo of the two. Remember what I was saying earlier, like, just because something is simple doesn't mean it's easier to draw. It can be actually really difficult to get the right look for a really simple character. It's so much easier to mess up, honestly. I definitely like the music louder, so I don't think my phone turned off just because you stopped talking. Is the volume now okay? Taco has a sparkle next to her name? How did she get that one? It's the Twitch sub, picture. I'm glad the sparkles are working. I wasn't sure if they would show up or not. You know what I think it is? I think it's like... I think Jirachi's eyes are actually further apart than a typical animal. I think the eyes and the mouth are actually supposed to be further apart, as weird as that seems. Though I'm not sure how to make that change at the moment. Alright. Like, this is... That's already very different. Alright, I like the pupils going the other direction. Or the highlights, I should say. I like it feeling more like it's facing the audience. And a little bit less the highlight here, I guess. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Just because a character looks simple doesn't mean it necessarily makes it easy to draw. I mean, it makes it recognizable. A lot of people can draw it. Like, you know, very replicable for little kids and such, but to actually get it to not look strange, it can be hard, even if the character looks really simple. And I'm painting on a completely different layer at this point, so I'm gonna have to watch on that later. I think the mouth is actually higher. I think the mouth kind of goes between the eyes in a strange way. That somehow only would make sense for this creature. it oddly enough... It's still not right, but... Maybe it's like Suno said. Maybe all these Pokemon have more melon-like heads. I eat the pizza, now I eat the cake. Man, that's a good life. Pizza and cake. Alright, I think what I need to do is find a way where I can, like... Okay. Temporarily, we're gonna do move visible to a new layer, meaning that this is all just on one layer, and then we can sort of manipulate it and then figure out what we need to do. So I think that the eyes need to be a little bit further apart. Not too much, because the head's kind of tilted. I think the mouth can be a little bit bigger. And yeah, a little bit more oval, like Suno said. It's not a good life, I will pay for this later, but yet I cannot resist. I'll just be careful, I suppose. Yep, it needs to be a little bit more melony. Tiny change, but makes a big difference still. Couldn't tell you why, it just does. Move this down a little. Oh my gosh, even just that is such a big difference. Jeez, look at that, just a little bit of like tweaking here and there. Such a big difference, oh my gosh. Look at that, I actually wasn't thinking that the difference would be that large. Look at how crazy that difference is. Oh my gosh. It looks so minor, but it's not. That's insane. The eye-to-eye distance is so huge. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. My goodness. This is why you need to, like, come back and after taking breaks and such. That's wild. That's insane. Of course, I'm probably now gonna end up, like, painting the whole thing before it's ready to be painted because of all the sketchy stuff in the way here, but that's actually really huge. My goodness. I'm kind of surprising myself at that one, honestly. I didn't think it would be that big of a difference, but it really is. I know that because I make my scuffed characters in video games by doing two things, mouth to nose distance and eye to eye distance. Yeah, true. It's huge in character design. I guess, like, for Jirachi, I didn't realize how intense it was. So that's pretty crazy. Maybe I should make myself melon-shaped and see how that goes. Also, hello, Hive of Malicious. Welcome in. I'm kind of wondering what to, okay, I think I'm just gonna keep working on the color, how I want to move the color, because I feel like I need to edit a lot later. So I'm just gonna keep trying to focus on, like, where I want the color to go eventually. And I want to try to, like, I want to get myself to the point where I can do more, like, rainbowy tones in my work. I'm not super great at it. I'm trying to add it more, like, in the shadows and such. So I think it just adds a lot more visual interest to do that kind of stuff. It's a technique I really like. I just haven't been that great at it yet. I want to get there, though. So just sort of adding in, like, multiple additional colors makes things look a little bit more visually interesting. And it's really subtle, but it can be really impactful if you can do it well. One of my favorite artists is named Fuzi Choco, and they do it in all of their pieces, and it's just really, really iconic looking, and yeah, I would love to get to the point where that's just really natural for me, but for now I have to very intently try to do it. But just by adding, like, a little bit more color on the edges and such, and just sort of... See, I'm adding in extra colors that normally are not on Jirachi, and it just adds such this pop, you know? Like, look at that! It just adds this really, really nice feeling to everything. And I think it can be hard to achieve, but so worth it if you can get it right. Pushing some more of that vibrancy and intensity. And I also want to do this in the back to make it feel further away. This adds a little bit of atmosphere. So by adding a little bit of atmosphere to the tails here, and I might do it a tiny bit here just because I want to separate the back tassel from the front of the head. But doing stuff like this, and then, you know, as long as we keep it sharp at the end here. Makes certain things feel further away. Really good, easy tip to add if you want to create more depth. And let's see. I don't think I want it in a multiply. I think I want it in like a... I guess it'll be normal, and then I'll move it to like maybe a little bit more of a saturated purple. Reduce the opacity a bit. Make that more like a... I don't want to do it too much. I don't want things to fade too much out of the way, but just a little bit. Creates a little bit more of a depth perception here, right? Do it a little bit less on this tassel. I just want to, you know what? I should probably just add shading here. Just so that there is a sense of, you know, some difference between foreground and background, really. Probably won't really matter once there's a giant bamboo bush in the way, but hey. And I think I'll just quickly draft in what the bamboo should look like. Just so we're not completely lost on this, and I'll just do it through painting. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll end up refining it with line art later, or maybe I'll just end up painting the whole thing. I'm really not sure at the moment what will work best. Bamboo's technically grass, fun fact. I can see it. I could definitely see that being the case. Maybe something like that. Using some of these highlights so that we can actually see this. Looks like a silly, happy little dude. He is! He's just a silly little dude. We love him. It's just great. It's just a happy little wishmaker baby. We love this silly little dude. I'm really not sure how I'm gonna fit all the tassels on here. Or not tassel, papers. It's gonna look so busy, but I don't know how else to do it. Oh well. Hopefully people are used to it looking busy. Maybe mute the colors? Yeah, this is just to figure out where they're gonna go. They're not all gonna be like bright red like this. It's just placement. I think they should probably be like a little bit pastel maybe? I just learned they added bricks into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I need to play it now. I mean, that definitely does make it more enticing. Are they bringing the national dex to the game? Alright, it's not gonna be this intense either. This is again just for like pushing color a little bit more. But I want to separate it as much as I can from Jirachi themselves. So I think this could be a good way to do it, perhaps. I'm seeing if this effect will work. It might not. It might. Again, just kind of playing around here. Getting a decent color on things. Just trying stuff out. Oh, I kind of like that tone. Okay. think that will look nice. And then hopefully, you know, if it has a little bit of lines on the edge. I don't know about all that. I just saw they have Nintendo News thing. They have a Delphox raid, so I was like, wait, does that mean Brixton's in the game now? And I looked it up and it is. Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah, so they're bringing in at least the starters. Okay. That's still cool. I'm gonna have to repaint all this later. I'm literally just testing if this will look okay. And I think it will. Something like that. I feel like I can push it. I feel like I can be adding more colors. I feel like there's a lot more we can do with this. I just don't know where it is yet. Trying to see if adding the highlights would help, maybe. Alright, yeah, that definitely helps. Aria, hello, welcome in, welcome in. What else? I do feel this yellow might be a little... No, maybe it's okay. It might need to be a hint more orange. Orange. Yeah, I guess I actually like how vibrant it is. Orange. What else? I don't know, I feel like I can keep pushing this, but... Oh. Alright, add glows are always good. We always like cheating with that. As long as it doesn't distract from our actual shadows, however. Alright, get a little bit more punch in color here. It's not cheating, it's using the tools you have at your disposal. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It feels a little bit like it. Oh, so hello, Sakura. How are you doing today? I want to keep pushing this further. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing again with merging new- You know what? Yeah, this is just gonna end up being a painting, because I just keep merging the new layers, and I don't even know what happens to the lines, or to the sketch, or to the whatever. So, this is what it is now. Oh well. I'm just pushing a little bit more of the contrast. Because I feel like I can never get the contrast right. I always need to push the contrast more. Still want this to be a little warmer. A little bit warmer. It's not that I want it to be, like, less vibrant. It's that I just want it to be a little less green. Yeah, just a tiny bit. It feels like cheating because it's hard to achieve that effect with just colors, but why complicate your life when you can be using blend modes? True, true. Gotta push it further, this is what it means to go even further beyond. Exactly, yeah. What else can I do to... I really wish I had the color theory of some other people. Some people just have, like, the most insane amount of color theory. And I'm sure they work very hard to get there, but it's like... How? How do you add an entire rainbow into every drawing you do, and how can I do that? So I'm trying to learn from it, but it's so tricky. I want to add a giant rainbow into every painting I do. That's usually by keeping ambient lighting in mind? What do you mean? Like, in terms of the really intense colors? No, like, I'll see them add, like, bright magenta into the line art itself. It's... Like, I was trying to do it a little bit here on the edges. It's not even just the ambient lighting, because, I mean, you know, we're in space, anything goes. But it's like they push the cool cyan colors, they can push the intensity of the oranges. There's just so much of it. Is just, like, very much pushed to the limit. Like, I've seen... Alright, let me show you, guys, what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, like, Mika Picasso is one of those people. Let me look up a Fuzi Choco piece for you guys really quickly, because I want to show you what I mean. Like, this is what I'm inspired by. If I can find a good example of a Fuzi Choco piece. Okay, like, this is a really good example. This is... You guys sometimes learn from me, and you want to see what I want to be learning from? Like, you want to go one step higher? This is where I want to be. This is by Fuzi Choco, and they are just so insane with their level of color. and they add it in the most natural looking way. But like, you look over here at these leaves, there's like a bright magenta on the edge of the leaf here. It's just absolutely insane. Like, the entire rainbow is in this dress, but the dress reads as being white fabric. She's got like, you know, the bright cyans, the deep purples here, these like vibrant oranges, vibrant yellows, and then like you look at the hair, and you guys have seen me try to do this in some of my work, right? We've got like this almost crystalline feeling here. Like, that is what I would love my hair to look like someday. You've, again, like these bright, look at this! This is like bright magenta, bright cyan, and it's just, oh, I love this so much. That wouldn't read as much if it wasn't white. Yeah, true. I mean, it's definitely the color. The white is definitely the best color to do that with, because, you know, white is all the colors combined anyway, like, scientifically, so it makes sense that all the colors together would work really well with white, but just everything together, from the intense magenta in the leaves, intense magenta, intense cyan, intense oranges, it's just, it's so good. It's so good. They got that neon feel, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do for Jirachi. I want to keep pushing that. I think the other thing, in terms of what I want to do, is their work feels so delicate. Like, everything is so thin, it's so ethereal. Jirachi is a super delicate Pokemon, and yet it, like, the way I'm doing it still feels very, like, still feels heavy, I suppose. So, I keep trying to push things as much as I can to try to get, like, a little bit more of that ethereal feeling, because I love that so much. You want to yeet Jirachi? No, why would you want to do that? Why are we yeeting Jirachi? Jirachi's precious. We don't want to yeet Jirachi? Excuse you. Let me see the dress again? Yeah. Like, it's just very... Oh. Alright. Okay, fair enough. Oh, my recording is not happy with me. But yeah, it's very flowy, very ethereal, very ephemeral. Let me get the, timer thing off here. Grendel, why do you want to yeet Jirachi? What did Jirachi ever do to you? What happened with the recording? I ran out of room. It stopped recording from here. So I don't have, That's okay, because we're basically at the end of stream now anyway, I would say. Let me hope that this can save at least. Can it save? Okay, it can save. Sometimes it doesn't save because there's not enough room, but yeah, I just, I gotta move some stuff around and clear out, add in stuff. Need a new hard drive? I need to use a hard drive that I have, is what I need to do, but I have to move a bunch of stuff over to do it, and I've been too lazy and too busy to do it, so I need to do a little bit more of that. The way the fabric is flatter, which means it'll feel weightless. Flatter. Do you mean like how it's... What do you mean when you say flatter? If you want Jirachi's scarf a bit lighter, you may ever so slightly flatter on the folds. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't really communicate it here well yet. I have to actually do the... I see what you're saying. I think right now the other thing is because I have shadow here and then like a really thick highlight, it's almost giving more of a bulbous form. So I need to thin that highlight out a bit and sort of add more of a 3D motion here. And then it should end up looking better, hopefully. Like, I think this is better up top here. I think this doesn't feel as thick, but I think that the way I did the highlight here is a little too heavy. Jirachi is an interdimensional treasure. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, like, okay, just a heads up, guys. I'm at some point in August 8th, we're going to try to be doing a bit more of a special stream because it is sort of like a stream anniversary for me, a little bit of a like Starfall Day type thing, like very celebratory day next month. So if you want to celebrate that with me, if you want to draw Jirachi or any other Pokemon, that's just sort of like a heads up if you would want to do that, because I would love to see how other people draw some of my favorites, right? Like Jirachi or Suicune or Ninetales or whoever you want. I will make a list of like some of my favorites. If you want to include some of your favorites, I'd love to see them too. But I'd love to see like people's take on drawing different Pokemon, because I think there's a lot that you can learn from Pokemon drawing. Like I said, Jirachi is a really simple design, but you can make it as complex as you want in terms of, you know, the shadow, the lighting, the punch and everything. But I would really love to see people's takes on different Pokemon, and that is what I would personally request for that day. Are pencil drawings allowed? Absolutely, yeah, any medium. No, it's not a competition. It's just, it's sort of like... Okay. If I'm being honest, like, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys right now. Next month is kind of like what I call Starfall Day, what other people call birthday. It's also a stream anniversary, and I'm kind of struggling a bit with my current personal design right now, so I don't really want to see much more of my personal look aside from what I have here right now. I want to eventually get myself a bit of a new... I know I've talked to you guys on stream about this before. I kind of want to update my outfit and things, especially considering I've got like this very heavy coat. Everything feels a little bit heavy to me, so yeah, it's kind of a little bit of both, Grendel. I don't really know what I would call it, but because I'm just sort of like not 100% comfortable with where I'm at right now, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to make any of those changes for a long time, I would just really like to see people drawing Pokemon. Yeah, okay, Vessa's better at translating than I am because I beat around the bush too much. But basically, yeah, I would just love to see people's take on different cute, fun Pokemon. No, Grendel, that's not happening! Jeez. Yeah, that's basically it, Sakura. I'm beating around the bush because I don't want to, like, make assumptions because I think that's rude, and I don't want to be rude about any of that. But basically, yeah, I would just love to see people's takes on Pokemon instead. And hopefully I will... I'm working on something behind the scenes for you guys, and I'm doing my best to see if I can get that done in time, because I want to have something to give you as well. Like I said, it's also a stream anniversary, so I want to do a lot of overall community-based celebratory things for you guys. So I'm really trying to see what I can get done in time for you, and I'm hoping to have something to give you guys as well, if everything pans out correctly. But yeah, basically, I really appreciate your support and everything, and I just kind of wanted to get that out there in my sort of unclear roundabout way. But yeah, I'll drop like a list of my personal favorite Pokemon, and if you want to draw your own favorites, then that is totally cool too. But yeah, I think with that, we are going to wrap things up, and I will be working very hard for you guys throughout this month. I'm hoping that we can plan a lot of fun things going forward, so... What's the day again? It's going to be August 8th. It would normally be the 7th, because the day technically falls on this same holiday, just celebrated in different regions, right? So, in Japan, Tanabata falls on July 7th, and in some regions, they actually celebrate it on August 7th. So, I have the day of the festival in other regions. But because I want to do it on a regular stream day and not mess up schedules too much, we're jumping one day over and doing it August 8th, which I believe should be a Tuesday, I believe? Yeah, the 8th is a Tuesday, so I still wanted to match our regular stream schedule. So yeah, with that, I think we will wrap it up. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you guys may be in the world. Thank you so much, Stargazers. I really appreciate you all. I will potentially try to see if I have time to finish this. I have other things that do take precedence, so maybe it'll be on the back burner for a bit. But we'll see. I still definitely want to finish it up. Alright. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.